This is iFIBER 1 News. Here are today's top stories.
A group has filed a motion to intervene in the lawsuit against Grant County Auditor Michelle Jaderland and the Moses Lake School bond election. A group of Washington students returned home after an avalanche stranded them on a field trip. Residents in a Portland neighborhood had to paint over dozens of swastikas left by vandals.
From the iFIBER 1 newsroom, this is iFIBER 1 News. And it starts now.
A group has filed a motion to intervene in the lawsuit against Grant County Auditor Michelle Jaderland and the Moses Lake School bond election. Jerry Moberg and Associates, a local litigation law firm representing 7 Moses Lake residents and supporters of the bond, filed a motion in Grant County Superior Court for what they say is to protect the interest of the supermajority of voters who approved the bond. The $135.3 million construction bond was approved and certified February 24th by a 0.03% margin and approved again by the same margin after a recount. A group of 6 Moses Lake residents filed a lawsuit seeking to invalidate the bond results, claiming Jaderland failed to call voters by telephone who had not returned ballots with missing or mismatched signatures after the voters were notified by first-class mail. A total of 31 ballots with signature issues were not returned. Jerry Moberg told iFIBER 1 News he is confident there is no legal reason to invalidate the will of the supermajority, and he expects the court to grant the request to intervene. Moberg added he believes it's important for the court to hear both sides of the issue. The motion to intervene is scheduled to be heard in court on Friday, and a hearing on the lawsuit is set for Monday afternoon. This is Joe Utter for iFIBER 1 News.
42 students from Henry M. Jackson High School in Mill Creek finally on their way home from an extended field trip in the North Cascades.
Oh, everybody is ecstatic about it.
The big avalanche fell Friday, preventing students and teachers from being able to get home from the North Cascades Institute, where they had been on a 3-day field trip. Today, now 6 days into the trip, washout crews were able to clear part of Highway 20. It's great news for 16-year-old Drew Finke.
I've just been running a little bit low in supplies because I'm a type 1 diabetic, and that's been pretty stressful, but they did manage to get a package out here. They hiked it up to the avalanche, and they got a couple people from National Park Services to get it to me, and that was really cool.
I think through the whole process, we've felt like he's been safe. He's been well taken care of. It's teenagers and Wi-Fi. You know, they've got everything they could possibly need. So.
Drew's mom, Tawny Finke, hopes the teens will take valuable lessons from a field trip they'll likely never forget.
Positives can come out of these sometimes when a negative event happens. I mean, I think a positive probably make friends that they didn't have before, too.
And pictures from the teens prove all that waiting was also a lot of fun. Washout crews said conditions were too dangerous over the weekend to clear the snow. A break in weather today allowed workers to clear one emergency lane, allowing buses to bring those 42 teens and their teachers back home.
Ultimately, we are really glad that the kids are coming home safe, and they're coming home as planned by the Department of Transportation. That whole plan that started on Friday has actually played out the way that everybody had hoped.
And we woke up to, fortunately, vandalism in our neighborhood.
This woman, who didn't want to use her name, walked outside Sunday morning to this.
It was a swastika on the car.
A giant Nazi symbol spray painted on the hood of her car.
First of all, we thought, were we targeted specifically, or where did this all come from?
Around the corner, another one on the side of her shed. Neighbors saw dozens of them painted up and down their street Sunday morning.
Property, sidewalks, cars, and even trees.
But that same day, this woman says their neighborhood banded together to remove many of those hateful symbols. A police officer helped her with her car.
Well, he actually helped me personally in removing it because there were some areas that were difficult to remove.
Neighbors helping neighbors. Some sanded a swastika off one woman's fence here. Eric Wirt,
probably that big,
helped remove one from his neighbor's property.
Yeah, I have some paint thinner and some scrub brushes, and they looked like they were having some trouble, so I went over and helped out a little bit.
Police believe this was random, not a targeted attack. Some victims may feel otherwise, but police say it might just be coincidence. Wirt says it's terrifying to see symbols like this on his street.
It all happening on one night, though, makes me feel more like it's the work of just one disturbed individual rather than a community of of people who were trying to make a statement.
Police don't have anyone in custody. They say they investigate all bias crimes and encourage victims to report instances to police.
From the iFIBER 1 Weather Center, I'm Jeff Slakey taking a look at the basin's forecast. About 1/3 of an inch of rain likely for your Monday, low 50s. Moving into Tuesday, a slight chance of rain, but some sun breaks, near 60. Near 60 for Wednesday and clearing out by Thursday. Mid-50s and sunny skies. Friday, clouds roll back, low 50s. Chance of rain on Saturday, but more sunshine on Sunday. For iFIBER 1, I'm Jeff Slakey.
This is iFIBER 1 News. For more information on these stories and other news, visit us online at iFiber1.com or check us out on Facebook.